All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the nightcap of Maple Stirrup 2014. I am Biff Mixalot. I am joined by OB Sirius.
Hello.
And we will be taking in the last bout of the night, featuring the Rideau Valley Vixens taking on the Hammer City A-Team. Rideau Valley will be in the white with the brown and trim and gold helmets. Hammer City in the familiar black and yellow. And bout is underway. Rideau Valley first to earn lead jammer status. That is number 55, Soul Wrecker. She's the first lead jammer for the Rideau Valley Vixens.
Number 13, Dangerous for the A-Team, is currently in the middle of the pack trying to fight her way through to even get out of the pack. And she doesn't. She gets called for cutting. And so she's going to the bin for her 30-second penalty.
So Soul Wrecker on the power jam for the Rideau Valley Vixens. Rideau Valley having had a few hours to stew over their defeat to Calgary. Be interesting to see how they react to that against a Hammer City team whose confidence has been bolstered by a victory earlier today over the Forest City Timber Rollers.
Soul Wrecker makes it through quite easily. It's almost an apex jump as she comes through. She picks up 5. That's first blood. First blood for the Rideau Valley Roller Girls Vixens. Straight through again. She's not having a lot of trouble here. 5 more into the bank for the Vixens.
Smashing good time sent to the penalty box.
As Soul Wrecker re-engages one more time. 613 Peppermental of the A-Team tries to push her out, but she manages to keep her skates in. Picks up another 5.
Dangerous has served the balance of her penalty, and she had got us the backside of number 10, Murphy, for the Rideau Valley Vixens.
Soul Wrecker not taking any prisoners. She just zips past full tilt, taking another 5-point grand slam. Dangerous right behind her, though, and this time she calls it off before Dangerous can engage. Single point at the very end there for Soul Wrecker.
So Rideau Valley jumping out to a quick 26-0 lead. Wild Rice coming to the jam line for the Hammer City A-Team against number 91 for Rideau Valley. That's Ostentatious. Both teams a full complement of skaters on the track as we await the jam timer's whistle. Gathered on the Copy Dog jammer line, and the second jam of the bout is underway, and Ostentatious quickly out to earn lead jammer status.
Wild Rice, number 785 for the A-Team, still stuck in the pack. Near the front, gets pushed in the middle. She's recycled while Ostentatious engages to the back. Doesn't take her a lot, though. Straight out again for the Vixens.
Yeah, Ostentatious escaped the best efforts of number 187, Home Wreckin' Holly, who was a major force in Hammer City's victory over Forest City earlier today. And Ostentatious incurs a back block penalty. That'll put Hammer City on the power jam.
Wild Rice getting stuck behind wall of white, but she does manage to find her way around the outside. She takes her own nickel and throws it into the bank now for the Hammer City A-Team.
Hammer City gets on the board. Pack is at a standstill, the exit of turn 2.
Wild Rice tried to stay on the outside, hoping to squeeze past. Couldn't quite get past number 10, Murphy, of the Vixens. So she got caught up in that. Now she's trying to just scooch her way, gets pushed in the middle. She's recycled, but only behind her. Didn't make it. Getting called for cutting the track there. Now we're going to a Vixens power jam.
So each jammer having incurred a penalty here in jam number 2. Ostentatious collects another 5 points for Rideau Valley. 10 points total on the jam for the Vixens.
A little bit of a slip there by Ostentatious as she finds the floor with her butt. But she does squeeze past Scooby-Doom and such to get another 5-point grand slam.
Back at a standstill, 2 Rideau Valley blockers to engage the Hammer City pack. Ostentatious spins out of that last block to finish a scoring pass. Another 5 points for Rideau Valley. Total of 20 on the jam for the Vixens. That'll push their score to 46. Hammer City collecting 9 through Wild Rice.
$3 cancer candy for the A-Team. And 55, Soul Wrecker for the Vixens on the Copy Dog jam line. Soul Wrecker lining up behind Cancer Candy. Cancer Candy still looking for her way through, getting blocked every which way she turns. Soul Wrecker not having much more luck. Pack at a near standstill as they just heading around turn one. And
just
out of the melee comes Cancer Candy.
Yeah, the blockers are just going at it, hammer and tongs in the pack. Lots of contact between Full Tilt and Peppermental and Smashing Good Time going up against Black Eye and Sister Disaster.
Cancer Candy came in too hard, blocking with the head. Now she's going to go sit down. This is now a power jam for Soul Wrecker and the Vixens. As Soul Wrecker comes around to engage the pack. Good job of the Vixens defense moving most of the blockers out of the way. She just has to dodge one. 5-point grand slam there.
Rideau Valley at the moment a 4-on-3 advantage in the pack. Fourth Hammer City blocker now out of the penalty box. That's now 5-19. Smashing Good Time. And another 5 points for Soul Wrecker.
She lost a lot of her help there from her blockers as they saw the other jammer, Cancer Candy, coming back on. So Soul Wrecker had to do that one all by herself, but she made it through. She's hip deep in the pack this time. Oh, no, sorry, she's out of the pack after picking up 4 points this time.
So Cancer Candy has finished her penalty time. She gets bootied out of bounds by number 9, Bodama.
Cancer Candy manages to keep her skates in.
And the jam ends with Rideau Valley's jammer carrying a track cut. So Dangerous will get the power jam opportunity now for the Hammer City A team.
Did you just say that she gets to put the hammer down?
Works for me.
That's awesome. Let's throw in curling references to this too. It'd be fantastic.
Not quite sure how you'd say she got it on the button, but
oh, I could do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, Dangerous just trying to shopping cart her way straight up the middle. Not having a lot of luck there. But in comes
Peppermental.
Peppermental. Trying to give her a hand there. Hasn't seemed to work yet. But
well, Rideau Valley's defense going all in on the Hammer City power jam.
Yeah, they're really putting it up there.
Hammer City trying to stretch the pack to its breaking point, forcing Soul Wrecker to the rear. Dangerous still going to war with what's left of the Rideau Valley pack. And Soul Wrecker,
wow.
And all that time, Dangerous was held up. She built up a nice head of steam around the outside and earned lead jammer status.
Now she's taking a forearm penalty and going to sit down herself, giving Soul Wrecker the power jam. So that basically wiped out Soul Wrecker's penalty completely, and now Dangerous has one, so Soul Wrecker's got the power jam. Great job by the Vixens defense. 5-point grand slam by Soul Wrecker. Certainly living up to her name today.
Yes, she is, and as if there were any question about how Rideau Valley was going to react to the defeat against Calgary. I think we've seen that in the first 4 jams here.
Yeah, it's not surprising. It's lovely to see, but it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Ooh, bit of a pile up there. Scooby Doom going down with Jane Rudolph. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere, but I can't think of it.
Well, it's not Christmas time. I'm not sure. So Soul Wrecker through for another 5 points for the Rideau Valley Vixens.
I would say that Soul Wrecker looks happy as she comes around the corner there, but she looks serious.
Yes.
And I think that's going to sum up the rest of this game. Is they're pretty serious about getting this one down. Dangerous has come back in, re-engaged, and then gets shut down.
So the score now stands at Rideau Valley 93, Hammer City 18.
That took less than 10 minutes. This
Yeah.
is going to be a high-scoring game if they keep this up.
So coming to the Copy Dog Jam line now for Rideau Valley, it's number 91, Ostentatious, jamming against number 795, Wild Rice for the Hammer City A team. And in the time it took me to say that, Ostentatious earns lead jammer status.
Wild Rice finds herself finally out into the free and open spaces, but not before Ostentatious has re-engaged the pack. Almost coming out the front, just has to get past Wild Tilt. She does, shuts it down. She takes her full 4 points and goes home.
So that inches Rideau Valley closer to the century mark.
You know, sometimes you can tell by the Derby girl's name what her number means, but I need to know someday why Cancer Candy is called $3. She's our next jammer for the Hammer City A team.
And Soul Wrecker, number 55 for Rideau Valley. You know, I saw a number 666 on the roster for Rideau Valley. Soul Wrecker would be a good pairing there.
It would make much more sense.
And Cancer Candy picks up lead jammer status very popularly to the sounds of the crowd.
Amazing that she got out there in front of Soul Wrecker, who's been doing so great in these first 6 jams.
Oh, a big collision, and Cancer Candy shrugs it off. Picks up 4 points, calls off the jam.
I don't even know if she felt that.
Yeah, I think Murphy definitely felt that.
Ostentatious going up against 11G6, Fistacrusher of the Hammer City A team.
Yeah, a new jammer for the A team. I think she did some time in the B team bout just over an hour ago.
Yep. Hammer City A team with the pack advantage. There's two, well, there was a second ago, 2 blockers from the Vixens in there. Fistacrusher not quite. Missed it.
Yeah, she got pinned to the outside, and while all the pack was drifted to the outside, Ostentatious found a nice clean path through the inside. She earns lead jammer status for the Vixens.
Fistacrusher was past the 2 jammers that were already there. The 2 that came off the bench at the last second passed her, so she didn't have lead jammer status, and it was those 2 that actually stopped her.
And Ostentatious picks up 5 points. Pack was distracted by Fistacrusher, who finally escapes the pack as Ostentatious starts another scoring pass for the Rideau Valley Vixens. She calls off the jam after collecting 2 additional points. And that pushed Rideau Valley past the century barrier. Score now stands 104-22.
If you want to ask us a question or have a shout out, please tweet with the hashtag of talk2, that's TALK, and the number 2 MSU for maple syrup. So talk2MSU, hashtag that is.
So only about 45 minutes of derby action. Can you continue to do that? Soul Wrecker back to the jam line against Wild Rice. Rideau Valley going on the very short jammer rotation. 2 jammers, Soul Wrecker and Ostentatious. Soul Wrecker earns lead jammer status.
Well, it's working for them so far.
Well, they have a point to prove. They're sending their 2 best people out, and hopefully for them to build a big lead.
Wild Rice having no luck, stuck in the middle of the pack, while Soul Wrecker back out in the free and open spaces, having picked up another 5-point grand slam.
Pack is at an absolute standstill at the exit of turn 2. Wild Rice going against 3 Rideau Valley blockers and having a very tough go of it. While all that was happening, Soul Wrecker just cruises through the inside for another 5 points.
Wild Rice looking a little bit tired there as she's still just pushing. With no momentum, having to go by sheer power there. She's got to push through 2, and she's only 1.
Yeah.
Finds an opening there. Murphy almost let her through, but she stopped her.
And jam ends. Wild Rice headed back to the bench. That was a very difficult jam for her.
Jeez. Cancer Candy for the A team. Ostentatious for the Vixens. No pack advantage. Oddly enough, the sin bin is empty. Both jammers just run straight into the back. Cancer Candy looking for the outside, but gets
thought she
bumped.
had a seam, but she got bounced by Kiki Von Carnage of Rideau Valley.
You got to wonder if they left that open for her in order to do that. Wow. Blackie
Cancer Candy giving out as much punishment as she's absorbed there.
Blackie E, her skates left the ground as she went flying backwards.
But in the meantime, Cancer Candy was forced to the rear of the pack.
Little hop, skip, and a twirl. Lead jammer goes to Cancer Candy.
Ostentatious forced to recycle to the rear. And Ostentatious out of the pack. Cancer Candy, the mini apex jump. She calls off the jam and picks up 4 points for the Hammer City A team.
Looks like the Vixens are going with a new jammer for this one. Out of that rotation, we're doing number 30, Sister Disaster.
And she'll jam against number 13 for Hammer City. That's Dangerous.
And looks like Vixens have called for a timeout. I didn't see if there was an actual official review involved.
Well, while that is taking place, we'll give a shout to some of our sponsors. In the world of roller skating, Rydell Skates has no equal. For the truly demanding skater, Rydell offers the finest quality skating boot available with a comfort level to match. Whether you are interested in a comfortable skate that accentuates your style or you're looking to gain a competitive edge, Rydell has the skate for you. Hammer City Roller Girls would like to thank Rydell for their generous donations of MVP and raffle prizes. Also want to thank Mill Street Brewery, the beer sponsor of the Hammer City Roller Girls. Get a Tank House Ale or organic brew at the bar located on the floor and enjoy a cold one trackside. Please remember that no alcohol is permitted in the stands. However, if you're watching us from home, alcohol is permitted on your couch. So that is a sponsor read. But if you can get Mill Street beer, great.
It is good stuff. I just can't drink and do this job at the same time. It would not be pretty.
They recommend against that for some reason.
I know some people who are better and funnier when they are drinking, but I am not one of them. Now, while we have a few extra seconds, I just want to point out that every time I say the jam line, I'm supposed to say the Copy Dog Jam Line because they are sponsoring the jam line today and providing all the promotional material for the game printed with environmentally friendly inks and paper. Please check out their ad in tonight's program if you are here. If not, check it out online. Copy Dog is located at 27 King William Street in Hamilton.
So a timeout was called by Rideau Valley, and that may be an official. I wonder if that's an official review.
It certainly looks like it. The referees are zebras, which of course a group of zebras is called a dazzle, from what I understand.
Yes.
So they're dazzling right now, and looking a little dazzled, perhaps.
Yeah. Well, you do have the occasional flash popping off in the corners of the arena.
I
never know.
I can't imagine how that feels skating around. You're already worrying about your balance, and all of a sudden there's a flash going off in your face from like 4 different angles.
Right.
There's a reason I sit down to do this job.
Yes. So the designated announcer referee, Court Marshall, is relaying the findings of the official review to the house announcers as we speak.
We're going to get our update now. Looks like Cancer Candy, $3, is going to get a call, get a penalty for skating out of bounds.
Okay.
And that was the decision.
So official review works for Rideau Valley in this instance.
It does. So that means this is going to be a power start for the Vixens with number 30, Sister Disaster.
So number 30, the jammer for Rideau Valley, that's Sister Disaster. She's on the power jam. She picks up lead jammer status for the Vixens. Cancer Candy starting the jam in the penalty box, having incurred the skating out of bounds penalty at the end of the last jam. And Sister Disaster picks up a hard-fought grand slam. She shrugged off a couple of hip checks. Picks up 5 points for Rideau Valley. And Sister Disaster incurs the back block penalty. She will go to the penalty box. And Cancer Candy will go on the power jam for Hammer City.
It looked like she was trying to call it off just before she got called out there. So
right.
She knew something was coming and was hoping she could get away with it.
Right. Cancer Candy spins out of the last block by Brennan. And she picks up 5 points for the A team.
Cancer Candy with an apex jump there, lands it. That's a 5-point grand slam.
Yeah, a little bit of uncertainty on the landing there, but she was successful. That's 10 total points for Hammer City. And Cancer Candy just tried to chisel her way between the two Rideau Valley blockers. She spun to the inside, collects another 5 points for the A team. As Sister Disaster has served her penalty. She's going face-to-face with Scooby Doom,
who pushes her out. She does have to get recycled.
And Biggie falls, forcing her to the rear of the pack.
Cancer Candy getting called, cutting the track. One more time. It's like a walk of shame. Or skate of shame?
Yes, the skate of shame. That works. In the meantime, Sister Disaster collects another 5 points for the Vixens. As the jam times out, as we had no lead jammer at the end. They'll push Rideau Valley's score out to 126. And Hammer City is at 43. Just under 12 minutes remaining in the first period of play. Official review has been requested by Ottawa. The Rideau Valley Vixens had one official review, but got to keep it because they were successful with their first one. So they decided they're going to take another one. And while we're doing that, let's give a shout out to Varnetta, is a proud longtime sponsor of the Hammer City Roller Girls, located at 592 Upper James in Hamilton. Varnetta is your local destination for longboards, skateboards, and roller derby equipment needs. Stock up on derby essentials at Varnetta's table. Also want to thank Dr. Disc, who has been an essential destination for music lovers in downtown Hamilton since 1991. Dr. Disc sells new, used, and imported CDs, LPs, and DVDs, and DJ equipment and related accessories. They're supplying Hammer City with all their sound needs for the season and here at Maple Stirrup.
Okay, and I have finally gotten into my Twitter account. Half doing that the whole time here, so please, if you want a shout out or want to ask a question, tweet something with the hashtag #TalkToMSU. It's hashtag TALK, the number 2, MSU. And when I say hashtag, I mean the pound symbol, or as I like to call it because I'm an IT geek, the Octothorpe.
Learn something new every day.
Sadly, I could probably name all those special characters, the tilde, the caret, etc., etc. It's just fun. And the ampersand stands for and per se and.
Okay.
Because I'm a geek. But a happy one. Just getting the update
All right.
now.
Now
What do we
the
got, Biff?
official review. Rideau Valley requested a high block be assessed to the Hammer City Jammer. The no call stands as no impact was observed by the officials. And the officials wisely deciding that they can't call what they can't see. So
This is still a power start for number 55 Soul Wrecker in the Vixens. Cancer Candy sitting in the box.
Soul Wrecker recycled to the rear by number 519, Smashing Good Time.
She had to do a quick zip around Restless Rose, number 15.
Soul Wrecker, a little hop, skip, and a jump through the last of the Hammer City pack. She earns lead jammer status.
Cancer Candy stands up from the sin bin, returns to the track.
Power Jam is over.
Cancer Candy just bullied her way through and took a blocking to the back
And
for
Cancer
her troubles.
And number 16, Margaret Choke, was assessed a multiplayer block penalty as they attempted to contain Cancer Candy.
So now it's Soul Wrecker.
Soul Wrecker skims around the outside of Smashing Good Time. She picks up 5 points for the Vixens.
That's almost redundant at this point.
Right. A little bit of active blocking coming from number 15, Restless Rose, to try to get Soul Wrecker through the pack.
Cancer Candy zipping back out, having returned to the track. She just goes full force one more time, this time not taking the penalty, and she makes it through her non-scoring pass.
Soul Wrecker, a little toe stop through the tulips on the inside to complete another 5-point scoring pass for Rideau Valley. That's 15 points. Push Rideau Valley out to 141 against Hammer City's 43.
Ostentatious for the Vixens, dangerous for the Hammer City 18.
Cancer Candy probably glad to get a break after jamming 3 jams in a row, interspersed with several penalties.
And she had to fight like heck to get around that track, only to get called off before she could engage.
So Ostentatious takes a tumble, goes to the outside. She's taken care of by Home Wreck and Holly.
Dangerous not making getting a lot of luck getting past Murphy. And Batema. I'm not sure.
And we never got the official pronunciation there, but
those are the two, number 10 and number 9 of the Vixens, holding up number 13. It's almost a joke, like 7, 8, 9.
Ostentatious assessed a track cut penalty. She will go to the penalty box. Dangerous earns lead jammer status, and Hammer City will go on the power jam. Packet of Stay It Still turns 1 and 2. Dangerous going into battle with 3 Rideau Valley blockers. Dangerous thought she found a seam there, but it was closed off by Bottoма.
9, 10, and 49. 49 being the one we haven't talked about yet, Brennan. Now, I'm really hoping that Brennan is not just a last name or a first name, but it's a literature reference, because there's a lovely character in Larry Niven's books called the Brennan Monster. It would be fantastic if that was the reference.
Well, Ostentatious out of the penalty box, completed an initial pass. She's eligible to score. Dangerous calls off the jam. She collected 5 points on that power jam.
Hammer City 18 didn't take as much advantage of that power jam that they needed to.
Well, some excellent pack work there from Rideau Valley with just 3 blockers doing very, very effectively containing the Hammer City Jammer. That's one thing with the 30-second penalties that we're seeing. Teams can go all in on defense a lot more easily for 30 seconds than they can for a minute.
Yep.
And that's what Rideau Valley was very effectively able to do. Soul Wrecker out, jamming now for the Vixens.
Fist-to-Crusher for the 18. Fist-to-Crusher sent outside. She's recycled. Soul Wrecker up against the wall of black and gold. Having a hard time pushing her way through that one. And she's taking a penalty for her troubles.
A forearm penalty for Soul Wrecker. That will put Hammer City on the power jam.
This is where Fista Crusher needs to make it through. Wow, hard hit there on number 16, Margaret Choke.
And Fista Crusher being whistled off for a low block. So the power jam ends for Hammer City rather ignominiously.
Oh, nice word.
And Soul Wrecker will re-enter the track once Fista Crusher takes a seat. Pack reorganizing on the backstretch.
Oh, she tried to keep inside as she went around that corner. Couldn't quite keep it up.
Hammer City stringing the pack out to its breaking point. Soul Wrecker planted to the inside. A big can opener type hit there by Smashing Good Time. Soul Wrecker finally around the outside, completing her initial pass. Fista Crusher around the next to last Rideau Valley blocker. She's hip checked out by number 16, Margaret Choke.
She was almost out, but she got sucked back in the last second.
And Soul Wrecker picks up 5 points for Rideau Valley. Pack at a standstill at the entrance of turn 3.
Apex jump.
Ooh.
There goes Soul Wrecker.
Jam time's out. Skaters scattered all over the track. 10 more points for Rideau Valley. They're up to 151.
A-team at 48. 5 minutes and 31 seconds remain in the first half of this final bout of the Maple Stirrup. Brought to you by Hammer City Roller Girls.
Cancer Candy number $3 out there for Hammer City against number 30, Sister Disaster for Rideau Valley. And Brennan bouncing Cancer Candy to the inside of the track, forcing her to recycle. That allows Sister Disaster to earn lead jammer status for the Rideau Valley Vixens.
Yeah, she didn't have a whole lot of trouble there. It was just a matter of doing a couple of tiptoes. Cancer Candy had a little bit of a reset. That's the only thing that kept her back. She picks up a couple of points there. Actually, I can't even see a hand up yet. She shut it down. There it is. She gets 3 on that one.
Rideau Valley with a 154-48 lead. Ostentatious to the jam line for Rideau Valley against Wild Rice for Hammer City. Blockers at the pivot line for Hammer City, but they are unable to contain Ostentatious. She is lead jammer for Rideau Valley.
Wild Rice finding the floor, not having a lot of luck as they managed to surround her before she got back up, while Ostentatious re-engages at the back, slamming straight into the back of number 777, Full Tilt. Couple of penalties called there, 3 in a row.
As Ostentatious collects 5 points. Looked like there was maybe a couple of direction of gameplay penalties in there, or a failure to reform. Ostentatious calls off the jam. She got 2 more points, total of 7 for Rideau Valley. They'll move their score out to 161-48.
Down to 3 minutes and 30 seconds exactly. Dangerous taking the star for the A-team. And, of course, 55, Soul Wrecker for the Vixens. Almost a full house in the sin bin. We got 2 Vixens and 1A. Can I say 1A?
Yeah, 1A. A?
A?
Oh, Soul Wrecker tried to do some fancy footwork at the inside. She couldn't stick the landing, so she had to recycle to the rear of the pack. That gave Dangerous enough time to earn lead jammer status for Hammer City. Soul Wrecker hot on her heels.
Dangerous keeps looking back. She decides she's not going to take the chance. Calls it off. Nothing neither way.
Discretion being the better part of valor for Dangerous in that situation. Sister Disaster back to the jam line for Rideau Valley. She will go against Cancer Candy.
And, of course, with only 30-second penalties, most of the boxes emptied out. Still only 1A left in the box. However, we have a timeout called. Looks like an official one.
Official review may be requested by Hammer City.
I don't see captains over there. Meantime, this official timeout is brought to you by Dr. Disc. I love Dr. Disc, especially love reading this copy here. Dr. Disc has been an essential destination for music lovers in downtown Hamilton since 1981. Dr. Disc sells new, used, and imported CDs, DVDs, and yes, LPs, and DJ equipment and related accessories. They are supplying Hammer City with all of their sound. Yes. DVDs I still use, even though I got a Blu-ray. CDs, but LPs, yeah, that's why I want to go there now. I still have a record player that still works. Nothing beats that.
Okay, as we resume action, you're quite correct about the LPs, though. Cancer Candy jamming for Hammer City against number 30, Sister Disaster for Rideau Valley. And Sister Disaster is lead jammer for the Vixens. Cancer Candy still caught up at the rear of the pack.
Cancer Candy seems to be going hot and cold in this bout, especially in the first half. Sometimes she gets through quickly and she's, tall and great. Other times she just gets totally bogged down in the middle of the pack.
Right. Well, it's like Rideau Valley probably just depends on the pack of blockers Rideau Valley sends out there that they're able to match up with her. Some groups may be better at containing her than others.
You wonder if the Vixens have figured this out and they're stacking it that way.
Right.
We got 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining, so what may be the final jam, Ostentatious and Wild Rice on the Copy Dog jam line. Pack advantage going to the Vixens this time. There's 2 A's in the bin.
And the remaining A's go out to the pivot line. They are unfortunately unable to contain number 91, Ostentatious, who earns lead jammer status for Rideau Valley. Wild Rice also now out of the pack. Pack speeds up.
Wait, Wild Rice is in the free and open spaces. That's 2 meanings.
That's unfamiliar territory for her, I think. Ostentatious scores a quick 4 points, calls off the jam.
43 seconds. We are going to get another jam start. So false alarm in the last one.
Yeah. This
is the last one. The honor for the A-team going to number 13, Dangerous, and Soul Wrecker.
Soul Wrecker for Rideau Valley. Jam is underway, and Soul Wrecker walking the tightrope around the outside. She earns lead jammer status for Rideau Valley. Pack is at a standstill, trying to contain Dangerous as Soul Wrecker initiates her scoring pass. She ducks to the inside of the last Hammer City blocker. That's 5 points for Rideau Valley. And this will be a Rideau Valley power jam. Dangerous has been assessed a forearm penalty.
Well, with the period clock having run out, we're just running on the jam clock, 1 minute and 21 seconds. So really, Soul Wrecker can call it off anytime she wants now.
Right.
But she's just going to milk this as much as she can. In fact, I would.
Of course. She picks up another 5 points. She fought off the block from Peppermental and Smashing Good Time. She approaches the pack at a high rate of speed, ducks to the inside, goes to the outside. That's 5 more points for the Vixens.
That was sound. See, she just actually lost a couple of inches in height as she bent over and just slided around the blockers there.
Well, she attempts the same move, but Peppermental was waiting for her. That's another 5 points for the Vixens. Dangerous has served her penalty. She's still bogged down at the front of the pack. Soul Wrecker. Another tightrope walk around the outside for another 5 points for Rideau Valley. That's 25 for the jam for Soul Wrecker.
And just straight through like a stolen Harley, making it look easy.
30 points now for Soul Wrecker on this jam. Dangerous still fighting her way through, trying to complete her initial pass as the jam times out. 4 more points for Rideau Valley. That is a 34-point jam. That'll push them past the 2-century mark, 2:03 to 48 for Hammer City.
Remember, if you have any questions or you want to give a shout out, please send out a tweet with your question or shout out, and make sure you put a hashtag Talk to MSU, TALK number 2 MSU for Maple Stirrup.
So we have reached halftime. There will be some. Look like they're preparing to hand out the raffle prizes. And at the conclusion of this bout, we will be handing out MVP awards for the most valuable blocker and jammer.
So it looks like we got about a 9-minute break here. So we'll be back in about 9 minutes.
All right. See you later.
Bye now.
trailing 203-48 to the Rideau Valley Vixens. This is the final bout of Maple Stirrup 2014. Hopefully this is the first of many Maple Stirrups. Cancer Candy first to take the Jam Star for Hammer City. Jamming against who else? Soul Wrecker for Rideau Valley. And
Cancer Candy out first, getting lead jammer. Soul Wrecker not far behind, maybe a third of the track.
Pack at a standstill in turn 2.
Cancer Candy slides in around the corner, shuts it down. 3-point steal there from the Vixens, and 3 points for Cancer Candy, so pretty much a tie coming out of that. Ostentatious for the Vixens, going up against Wild Rice for the Hammer City A team in the black and gold.
Doesn't appear to be have been any roster adjustments by Hammer City at halftime. They're going with basically the same jammers at this point. But
Ostentatious looks at the whole pack just jumbled up.
say, hey, wait a second. There's a path here.
Go straight around it.
Yeah.
Sometimes from this perspective, you see that happening and you wonder why they don't see it, but she saw it that time.
Well, your field of vision is probably blocked by having 3 skaters directly in front of you. So she just kind of looked up and said, hey, wait a second, you know.
Hey, clear path. Took it.
Yep.
Paid off.
So push Rideau Valley score out to 210-51 for Hammer City.
Dangerous for the A team. Soul Wrecker for the Vixens. In the white and black.
Now Rideau Valley maintaining the short jammer rotation coming out of the halftime break. Each team starts with a full complement of blockers. Both jammers trying to find a path to the outside. Soul Wrecker thought she saw a path to the inside, but she was met by the backsides of 3 Hammer City A-team blockers. Smashing good time, directing traffic in the pack. They bump out Soul Wrecker, force her to the rear. And Soul Wrecker incurred a track cut. Dangerous picks up lead jammer status for Hammer City.
Back at a complete and utter standstill just before turn 3 as Dangerous comes flying into the back, getting a little bit of help from her blockers. 5:19, smashing good time, but doesn't seem to be helping a whole lot as she's got Murphy to get past, and she gets bumped out and recycled back.
Jane Rudolph contributing to the troubles for the Hammer City Jammer. Dangerous struggling to get through the pack. And Rideau Valley once again able to contain Hammer City's jammer for the entirety of a power jam.
Soul Wrecker returned to the track, tried to cut straight across the inside, but she did get bumped in for a half second. Realizing this, she crawled back in. Now she's recycled all the way to the end. Cancer Candy almost made it out, but once again pushed out by Murphy.
That's Dangerous. She just tried to go one skater on the outside and couldn't quite keep herself in bounds. Jam ends. Dangerous collects 5 points for Hammer City.
And we have a shout out from our hashtag on Twitter. It's Nadine Lauzon, can't pronounce that. So wants to say, so proud of my girl, just turned 18 and now playing her very first game with the Vixens. Hashtag go Jamie's got a gun. And that's number 182 of the Vixens.
Okay. Sounds like a good time. Cancer Candy back to the jam line for Hammer City against number 30, Sister Disaster of Rideau Valley. And Cancer Candy dishes out a little punishment on a Rideau Valley blocker. Muscles her way to the inside to earn lead jammer status for Hammer City.
Sister Disaster just having a bit of a hard time and getting called. Can't see the signs.
She was assessed a back block penalty on her way through the pack. Cancer Candy trying desperately to get out of the pack, flailing about. And
she's taking a penalty for that one.
Yes, she took a penalty for blocking with the head. So that power jam ends for Hammer City. That will release Sister Disaster from the penalty box once she takes a seat.
Pack starts moving again immediately when Sister Disaster gets onto the track. Doesn't stop her. And finds herself all the way through after getting past 187. Home Wreckin' Holly.
Home Wreckin' Holly has been a great blocker in both games for Hammer City. And Hammer City will have a closed-door encounter tomorrow with Calgary, who's definitely very impressive in both their bouts today. As Cancer Candy collects 5 points on her scoring pass. Sister Disaster fighting with Home Wreckin' Holly and Rocky Road.
Sister Disaster was just barely keeping her skates as she went out the outside, but does find herself all the way through, takes her 4 points.
4 more points for Cancer Candy.
Now both jammers neck and neck as they come and re-engage with the pack.
Maybe that was 1 additional point for Hammer City. Fingers kind of blending into the background here.
No, I think that's nothing.
Okay.
Nothing on that last turn.
So Rideau Valley collects 9 points, as does Hammer City. So that was a tie jam.
2:19 for the Vixens, 65 for the A team. 23 minutes and 20 seconds remaining.
And official timeout has been called.
Give a quick shout out to Varnetta. Varnetta is a longtime supporter of the Hammer City Roller Girls, located at 592 Upper James in Hamilton. Varnetta is your local destination for longboards, skateboards, and roller derby equipment needs. Stock up on derby essentials at Varnetta's table if you happen to be in the building. Otherwise, once again, 592 Upper James in Hamilton.
Okay, issues resolved in the official timeout. Wild Rice jamming against Soul Wrecker. Jam is underway. Soul Wrecker briskly approaches the Hammer City pack. She meets some very tight resistance there.
Soul Wrecker's just pushing the blockers out.
And Soul Wrecker ducks to the inside of the last Hammer City blocker, picks up lead jammer status for the Vixens.
Straight on the inside. No resistance there. Her blocker's doing a great job of keeping the 18 blockers out of the way. Soul Wrecker picks up a grand slam.
And Wild Rice bounces off Murphy and escapes the pack finally for Hammer City. Smashing good time, waiting for Soul Wrecker at the front of the pack. She bounces her out of the bounds. Forces Soul Wrecker to call off the jam. She picked up 4 points. Wild Rice able to collect 3 points on that last scoring pass.
Ostentatious and Dangerous once again return to the Copy Dog jam line.
Each team with a full complement of blockers on the track. Jam is underway.
Ostentatious really pushing.
And she successfully pushed her way past to earn lead jammer status for Rideau Valley.
Dangerous not too far behind.
Home Wreckin' Holly encounters Ostentatious, forces her to call off the jam. She picks up 3 points for the Vixens. No points for Hammer City. So Cancer Candy back to the jam line now for Hammer City against Soul Wrecker. Jam is underway.
Jane Rudolph having a quick sit, though.
Yeah, she was sent off for illegal procedure. Cancer Candy fights her way through the inside. She is lead jammer for the A team.
Soul Wrecker got recycled back to the rear. That cost her the lead gemmership. Can you call it that?
I think so. That works. And Cancer Candy going face-to-face with number 49, Brennan. She shrugs that block off, completes the 4-point scoring pass, calls off the jam. 4 points for the A team. No additional points for Rideau Valley.
Now the A team needs to do that just 80 more times.
Right, right. Vista Crusher taking the jam star now for Hammer City. That's her first time this half. She will jam against Sister Disaster. Rideau Valley a 4-on-3 advantage in the pack. Sister Disaster approaching the front of the pack now. Scooby Doom is waiting for her there.
Big hit, but didn't take her off. She makes it out, gets lead jammer status for the Vixens.
Vista Crusher still stuck in the pack.
That
She's
time
recycled to the rear.
That time when Home Wrecking Holly bonked her, she stepped out. So this time she's getting fully recycled. Vista Crusher doing the same thing. Taken out by Restless Rose, it looked like.
Smashing Good Time waiting at the rear of the pack, trying to help her. You know, offer a little aid to her jammer as she was drawn back to the rear. Sister Disaster approaching the pack. Met by who else? Home Wreckin' Holly as she started her scoring pass.
Oh, and down goes Home Wrecking Holly after engaging Sister Disaster. Sister Disaster comes through unscathed. 5-point grand slam for the Vixens.
Peck crawling through turn 2.
Where are the jammers? There it is. Smashing Good Times got the helmet cover. But she's getting shut down. The Sister Disaster calls it off before she can engage.
No points there for Vista Crusher. She did the before she did the star pass to Smashing Good Time, who did a little spot jammer duty in the last bout.
I didn't see the actual handoff, and I thought I was losing my mind because I couldn't find the star.
Well, there is an awful lot of humanity between us and turns 1 and 2. Ostentatious jamming against Dangerous
on the Copy Dog jam line.
Dangerous bottled up by the recipient of our shout-out. Jamie's got a gun at the rear of the pack. And that allows Ostentatious to be lead jammer for Rideau Valley.
Dangerous looking for her own opening to get through past Murphy.
Murphy, an ever-present blocker there at the front for Rideau Valley so far in this bout.
She's made it out now. That's neck and neck with Ostentatious. And Ostentatious shuts it down. Taking 4 points at the end there for the Vixens.
So Rideau Valley 248, Hammer City 72. 16:46 remaining in the bout. Cancer Candy back to the jam line for the Hammer City A team. Once again, Soul Wrecker jamming for Rideau Valley. And Soul Wrecker out of the pack first. She is lead jammer for the Rideau Valley Vixens. Cancer Candy found a way out too. She is hot on her heels.
They're moving very quickly as they're going to engage the pack. Soul Wrecker not taking any chances. She just basically slides in and shuts it down.
She was able to get 3 points for Rideau Valley. No points for Hammer City.
Then you call that one a success.
Yes. Kind of a bang-bang player there right at the end.
Wild Rice and Ostentatious. Pack advantage going to the Vixens. 1A in the box.
Hammer City approaching the pivot line. Brennan goes forward to try to clear a path for Jammer. And Ostentatious, lead jammer for the Rideau Valley Vixens.
That's great active defense there, getting your blocker involved away from the other jammer to get your jammer through. It's a risk, but it seems to be paying off tonight a lot.
And Ostentatious through the pack for 5 points for Rideau Valley. Full tilt trying to clear a path for Wild Rice. And Wild Rice encounters the backside of Murphy. And Wild Rice going to be strung to the back of the pack by Jane Rudolph.
Now Ostentatious getting up near the front.
She's going up against Vava Boom and smashing good time with a big hit. Ostentatious spins out of that for a hard-earned 5 points.
Wild Rice takes a hard hit, then just spins into the center. She gets recycled back behind 69 Jennifer Anderson.
Wild Rice has been very resilient. She's taken a lot of hits tonight.
Smashing good time took the star cover there.
So we have a star pass from Wild Rice to Smashing Good Time.
I'm happy to have caught it this time.
Smashing Good Time encountering the same, almost very similar troubles to Wild Rice against the back wall of Rideau Valley.
Well, this time, though, Ostentatious isn't having any luck herself because she's getting stuck at the rear.
Wild Rice, it's like, hey, I'm a jammer. I can play some defense against the other jammer here. Jam ends.
Smashing Good Time was just coming up there on the rear of the pack, but 3 more points going into the Vixens' piggy bank.
Total of 19 there. So 270 to 72.
13 minutes and 37 seconds remaining. I have to say 13:37 because I'm a geek. And any geeks would
know what 13:37 is.
Exactly.
Dangerous.
A little bit old school.
Right. Dangerous jamming against Soul Wrecker. And Rocky Road trying to get in the way of Soul Wrecker there with an assist from Home Wreck and Holly. But Soul Wrecker fights her way through and is the jammer for the Rideau Valley Vixens.
As Soul Wrecker was coming out the front, Dangerous was getting recycled to the rear. And Dangerous makes her way through. She does actually manage to escape. But right behind her, Soul Wrecker having completed 4 points. And
Soul Wrecker
shuts it down.
Content to call off the jam in that situation. That holds Hammer City scoreless once again. Just over 12 minutes remaining. Cancer Candy back to the jam line for Hammer City against Sister Disaster for Rideau Valley.
Empty bench means that we've got 4 of each on the Copy Dog jam line.
And Rideau Valley basically ganging up on Cancer Candy at the rear of the pack, forcing her to the inside. Murphy once again with the key block.
Swing and a miss there by Biggie Falls. Didn't connect. Cancer Candy makes it out first, gets lead jammer for the 8-team. The local crowd very much appreciating that.
Well, it's been 6 jams since Hammer City has scored. Let's see if Cancer Candy can break that string. She's recycled to the inside by Margaret Choke.
Sister Disaster, meanwhile, also got recycled. Now she's coming up. There she goes. She finds her way through.
Kiki Von Carnage working with Margaret Choke.
Cancer Candy looks like she took a bit of a spill on the last one.
Yeah.
Not happy.
So but she was able to collect 4 points. That gets Hammer City off of 72. They are now at 76 to 273 for Rideau Valley.
11-11 remaining. Soul Wrecker, Vista Crusher. You almost wonder if those two could be related. Just by the names.
Yeah, possibly. Wrecker and Crusher, that's kind of the same thing.
That works for me.
Soul Wrecker goes face-to-face with the Hammer City pivot. But she shrugs that off to earn lead jammer status for the Rideau Valley Vixens. Vista Crusher encountering the full might and power of the Rideau Valley pack at the front.
It's like they're creating some sort of reverse fulcrum,
yes,
so that all the power is going straight into the floor, and you can't budge that. And they're doing it very well. Out comes one more and sends her actually to her knees.
Home Wreck and Holly forcing Soul Wrecker to call off the jam. No points for Hammer City, 3 points for Rideau Valley. So Rideau Valley's lead now sits at an even 200 points, 276 to 76.
Nice. We've dropped below the 10-minute mark, 9 minutes and 40 seconds. Ostentatious.
And hang around for a few minutes afterwards. The MVPs will be announced. Ostentatious jamming against Dangerous. Ostentatious quickly through to establish lead jammer status for Rideau Valley. Most of the pack caught up in turns 1 and 2, trying to contain Dangerous at the moment. And Dangerous escapes the clutches of the Rideau Valley blockers.
While Ostentatious, if she looks back, will be getting a little nervous. She saw it. She calls it off. She gets a deuce, takes 2 points.
No points once again for Hammer City. So score standing at 278 to 76. Cancer Candy coming back to the Copy Dog jam line for Hammer City against number 30, Sister Disaster.
Nobody in the penalty box. All jammers are out there. Sister Disaster just went
she
in
took
hard.
She took a hard shot there.
Landing on her
I don't know if it was to her face, but she fell down and got up a little bit slowly. But she bounced up quickly, but she was able to earn lead jammer status for Rideau Valley.
And meanwhile, Cancer Candy just can't seem to buy lead jammer right now.
Biggie Falls leading the Hammer City pack against Sister Disaster. She's through for 5 points. Cancer Candy shrugs off the hip check from Jane Rudolph and is out of the pack. Hammer City's blockers reforming to the front.
Sister Disaster just passes the final one and shuts it down, denying Cancer Candy any opportunities.
So Rideau Valley sitting now at 287 to 76 for Hammer City. Vista Crusher back out for the A team. Jam against who else? Soul Wrecker for Rideau Valley. Three on three in the pack. Each team with a blocker in the penalty box. Pack being bowled forward by the jammers. Soul Wrecker takes a tumble at the entrance of turn 1, bounces up, picks up lead jammer status for the Vixens.
Vista Crusher just turning it on, bullying her way through the pack, sends a couple of them down. See what happens when she re-engages. She doesn't get the chance. Soul Wrecker shuts it down beforehand.
So that'll push Rideau Valley's score out to 291 against 76 for Hamilton.
6 minutes and 31 seconds remaining. Dangerous, Ostentatious on the Copy Dog jam line.
Pack is underway. Ostentatious doing battle at home wreck and Holly. She ducks to her inside, picks up lead jammer status for Rideau Valley.
Just after the whistle blew, the last blocker came out of the sin bin, and so they have full complement out there now. ooh,
Ostentatious was cruising along at full speed, and she ran into the front of Home Wreckin' Holly. Bounced off that to complete the grand slam for the Vixens. Dangerous out of the pack.
Ostentatious pushed into the middle by Scooby Doom and shuts it down.
Ostentatious picks up a single, a rouge as it were.
Wild Rice, Sister Disaster, on the Copy Dog Gem line.
Wild Rice has taken a licking and kept on ticking.
She was going for a little bit of subtlety there by tiptoeing in and then skating. Didn't see it, but Sister Disaster.
Well, Sister Disaster picked up a track cut in the process.
Yep.
Hammer City will go on the power jam. Hammer City having a little bit of difficulty so far tonight taking advantage of the power jam situations. And once again encountering some very rugged defense from the Rideau Valley Vixens.
Margaret Choke just laying it out there. Just a couple of hip checks and shoulder checks as people are going. Wild
Hammer
Rice.
City full tilt, desperately trying to create a seam for Wild Rice. Wild Rice going up against 3 Rideau Valley blockers. And Rideau Valley once again able to burn the entire jammer penalty by containing the Hammer City jammer. That allows Sister Disaster to get out of the box and reinitiate her initial pass. Pepper Metal forcing Sister Disaster to the outside. She's going to string the pack out to its breaking point.
Sister Disaster definitely avoids a couple of swings there. Makes it all the way through.
Wild Rice being sent to the penalty box for a forearm penalty. So that will put Rideau Valley on the power jam. We're going to go for the full 2 minutes.
Sister Disaster now taking forearm penalty. Now she's going to go sit down.
And once that happens, Wild Rice will be released. The Rideau Valley power jam ending poorly. And Wild Rice about to re-enter the track as the jam expires.
Well, even though that's only going to be a few seconds that Sister Disaster is going to be in there, this is going to be a power start for Fist to Crusher and the A-Team.
Timeout has been called by Hammer City. So less than 3 minutes remaining. The score sitting now at Rideau Valley 300. Hammer City 76, excuse me.
They've been at 76 for a couple of jams now, though, huh?
Yeah, that's been 6 jams since Hammer City has scored. In the meantime, Rideau Valley has picked up 27 points.
It's actually not a lot considering how fast that score grew in the first half of the game. Like halfway through the game, we were at
203 to 48.
Yeah. So and there's only been 97 points.
97 points for Rideau Valley and 28 for Hammer City.
So would you put that up to tired, exhaustion, or just better figuring out the other team?
Well, I mean, Hammer City may just be, they may almost be in a mode where it's like, okay, let's get through this game, take what the defense is giving us, get our points, get out. And they've just, sort of steadily built that lead. But, Hammer City just kind of hanging in there. I think both teams are probably tired, although Rideau Valley has had more time to rest today. Dangerous jamming now for Hammer City.
Dangerous getting pushed out, but fortunately she was already behind the blocker, so she was able to just re-engage. She only got one more to get through, but it doesn't matter. Out of nowhere, Sister Disaster out of the penalty box, taking lead jammer status. And then they're neck and neck. Sister Disaster just shuts it down. Golden opportunity lost.
Well, like I said, she was in pretty much a jammer race with Dangerous at that point. So Fista Crusher back out to the Copy Dog jam line against Ostentatious.
I don't think I've said the word ostentatious more times in my life than I have said it tonight.
Yeah, she has been a pretty regular jammer for Rideau Valley. Hammer City with the pack advantage, but that's no difference for Ostentatious. She's lead jammer for the Rideau Valley Vixens.
Going down to about the minute-and-a-half mark. Jam's a little bit longer, so this could be the final jam.
And Ostentatious through the pack. She collects 5 points for Rideau Valley. And Brennan being sent to the penalty box. Fista Crusher out of the pack.
Ostentatious recycled, decides to call it off before Fista Crusher can engage. Exactly 1 minute left on the clock, so we are going to get one more jam start. Theoretically, there could be another one, but
it's possible.
It's possible.
Cancer Candy taking the jam star for Hammer City against who else but Soul Wrecker for Rideau Valley.
Well, who else?
Hammer City a 4-on-2 pack advantage to start. Both Rideau Valley blockers ganging up on Cancer Candy. Soul Wrecker trying to dance her way through the Hammer City pack.
Cancer Candy getting recycled back behind Murphy.
Both jammers recycled. Home Wreckin' Holly causing more trouble for Soul Wrecker. And Soul Wrecker picks up a track cut.
She got up. She would have stayed down and crawled in. She would have been fine.
Cancer Candy also with a penalty somewhere in there.
Cancer Candy stands up, so that means that Soul Wrecker is not going to be in there for very long.
And Cancer Candy sent off for a back block, I believe.
That was hard.
And that may be her 7th penalty, so she is done. And Soul Wrecker out of the penalty box. She's got 5 quick points for Rideau Valley.
Period clock done. Jam clock got 40 seconds left on it. Soul Wrecker's the only one out there.
And Soul Wrecker has lost the jam status, so we will proceed the full 2 minutes of the jam. Home Wreckin' Holly, a big hit on Soul Wrecker.
Just sent her flying. Not stopping her, though. Puts another nickel in.
So another 15. So 15 total points at this point for Rideau Valley. Pack at a standstill.
Do you like the way she does that little giddy up thing, like a shake before she engages?
Yeah.
You don't see it very often except when she's really close to you. I can imagine what the blockers feel.
Jam time's out. Rideau Valley has collected another 5 points. So we await the official confirmation. Unofficial final score, Rideau Valley 326, Hammer City 76.
As the Cap said in the last boutcast, I can't see any kind of mistake that could cause the A team to get more than 326 points. So it's a fairly safe one to call that the Vixens have taken it.
Yes, they have.
Unless someone forgot to carry the 1.
Right. Well, they would need to carry more than 1-1 at that point. So Rideau Valley recouping nicely from their defeat this morning at the hands of the Calgary All-Stars. And Hammer City feeling the pain. But in the grand traditions of Derby, good sportsmanship prevails. And there will be the infamous London Bridge awaiting the Rideau Valley Vixens.
Nothing but respect going on here.
And Rideau Valley very much showing why they are the number 3 seed going into the D2 playoffs in Kitchener-Waterloo. They take their handshake lap, go under the bridge.
Speaking of D2, that is August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th in Kitchener-Waterloo. I'll be there.
I will be there on Saturday and Sunday.
Excellent.
And now Hammer City taking their handshake lap. The host team for this year's Maple Stirrup. They have been fine hosts. And I think we should all hope that they do it again next year. And very shortly we will be announcing the MVPs for the tournament. We will be selecting 1 blocker and 1 jammer. And they will get some fabulous party gifts from Rydell Skates, among others. Okay.
Let's call it.
All right.
It says final now, so we can actually call this one as dead. Vixens 326 to the A-Team 76. It's over. The Fat Lady has sung.
Yes. And now the only thing we are awaiting is the announcement of the MVPs. Lightning Slim out addressing the crowd.
Lightning Slim, of course, the head announcer for this tournament, doing a fantastic job. He pays me to say that kind of stuff.
So Lightning Slim describing the prizes that the MVPs will receive. Lila Lockjaw, MVP jammer for Calgary.
I think she's already gone home today. When I say home, I mean the hotel.
She will be back tomorrow for a closed door bout against the Hammer City A team. And there is a representative from Calgary to collect her prize. And she'll hopefully deliver it to the very deserving Lockjaw Lila.
That's going to be an interesting game tomorrow.
Yes. And Home Wreckin' Holly, a very popular winner of the Most Valuable Blocker Award for the Hammer City A team.
Fantastic representation in that last game. She had a lot of very critical, very crucial, very hard hits. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Layer9.ca.
Signing off for the 2014 edition of Maple Stirrup, I am Biff Mixalot.
And I am Obi Serious.
Have a great night, everybody.
Bye now.